All right, Tesla Model 3 2024 manufacturing date. Pros and cons. If you live in a hot climate like Perth, Western Australia, where we have 35 to 45 degree Celsius hot summer days. Pros, looks incredible, especially with white seats. By their white seats, you'll stand out from other people. The white seats make this car look much better compared to the boring black seats. That's just my subjective opinion, of course. It's fun and fast. It's fast, it's fun. It has a cool factor, and it's quiet to drive. That is awesome. Great car to drive. But there's cons. Now, these cons are, like I said, relevant to countries that have hot summer times in terms of, say, regular day after day 35 degrees Celsius days. So if you live in a country that has 35 degrees Celsius days and during summertime, 3 months of summer or 2 months, 3 months of that kind of thing, this cons section here is relevant to you. And there's a couple of other things that might be relevant to you as well if you don't live in a hot climate. So you have this thing on a Tesla called cabin overheat protection. Now you got to have that on, because if you don't, the inside of your car can get to 7 degrees Celsius, right? Now the thing is, you have a battery, electric battery. Batteries are electric. You have a battery, it's underneath the seat, it's at the base of the car. So when on hot days you're heating up that battery, hot air rises, and the hot air from that battery rises, it goes into your cabin, right? But also you have a glass roof on a Tesla 3. The sun just pierces that stained glass roof, and the cabin, that's where you actually sit in the car, that is really hot. Like, it gets, compared to a car that doesn't have a glass roof, it gets really, really hot, right? But the battery also, I think, and I haven't, scientifically verified this, but I think that battery makes Teslas get even hotter inside the cabin. If you have it off, it can take 15 minutes to cool down. So you've got to have that cabin overheat protection on, right? And so what does that mean? What that means is that during summertime, when you say, for example, you park your car at the shopping mall, you park it there, or you park it at work and you've parked it outside, this cabin overheat protection is effectively, what it is it's like air conditioning. It is air conditioning, and the air conditioning will run all the time. It'll run all the time to keep the Tesla at a constant temperature, right? So your air conditioning in your car could be doing this for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, right? And that drains the battery, and it drains the battery enough so that you question whether it was worth buying a Tesla for economy reasons. Now, it still is worth buying a Tesla for economy reasons, because you don't have to service a Tesla. But the margin between a petrol car and an electric car, it does thin a lot, and a hybrid car, it even thins even more. So you kind of start to wonder, you leave this cabin overheat protection, am I better off getting a hybrid Toyota Corolla? But you might still be better off economically getting the Tesla in terms of fuel consumption, after you factor in the fact that the Tesla doesn't need any servicing because it's electric. But you've got to have this cabin protection on, and that's even with roof shades, because like I said, the roof is tinted window. We got roof shades for that, so that's even with roof shades on, a front windscreen shield on, and the best tinting. You can still get really hot, and so you want to have that cabin over protection on. Now here's the thing the salesman might not tell you, is if you're in a hot climate, get solar panels. If you get solar panels, which is going to cost you another 10, 20 grand, if you get solar panels, then you can have this on the whole time, and you won't have to worry about you know, like your battery life or spending more money, that stuff. So getting solar panels in the Tesla is something to think about. Basic issues that you can have with these Teslas, and in this case, windscreen wipers come on randomly still. The vanity mirror fell off, probably because it was so hot that they stuck it on with glue, and the glue just you know, lost its efficacy and it's just fallen off, probably because of the hot summertime heat. And the build quality is not as good as a Japanese car. Not as good. Not noticeably not as good. But so there's some of the cons. But don't forget the pros, which I've already talked about. And you know, overall, it is still a cool, fun, quiet car to drive.